Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday Talk with Priscilla Wilkinson. The other day, a friend of mine came up to me and he said to me, Priscilla, I watch your videos every morning. I just have one piece of advice. You need to smile more. Well, another friend heard that comment and she says to him, what are you talking about? She smiles all the time. Are you watching the same videos that I'm watching? And so they went back and forth for a few minutes in good fun. But I was thinking about the fact that it was true. They're watching the same videos, but their perspective is different. Their perspective is based on not just on what I'm saying and doing, but their perspective is based on who they are. So they're seeing the same things, but coming out with a different perspective on it. In this case, it's no big deal. They're friends. They just laughed about it. It was no big deal. But if your perspective is wrong when it comes to things eternal, it can be a big deal. Remember the story of the 12 spies? Moses sent 12 spies into the promised land, right? He wanted them to come back and let him know what the Israelites could expect when they got into the promised land. So the 12 spies all go in and they all see the same thing, this land flowing with milk and honey. But they also saw giants in the land. So when the 12 spies came back to give their report, 10 of the spies said, there are giants in the land and we cannot defeat them. So they did not want to go into the promised land. But 2 spies, Joshua and Caleb, saw those same giants, but they didn't feel like they were defeated. What they said was, yes, let us go into the land and conquer it because our God is with us. He will deliver the land to us. They saw the same thing, but they had different perspectives. They looked at things differently. We have to be careful when we look at things that we are looking with a spiritual eye, that we are looking through things the way that God sees things. Remember Colossians 3:2 says to us, set your mind on things above, not on things of the earth. So if your mind is set on things above, you're going to see things the way God does. So your perspective is going to be different. You will not have this fear because you see things the way God does. Your perspective is different. Remember in Philippians, when Paul talks about the fact of being content, he says, no matter what my circumstances, whether I'm hungry, whether I have plenty, no matter what my circumstances, I am content. Why is that? His perspective is focused on God. His perspective is not focused on his flesh, right? It's focused on God. Your perspective should be based on the Word of God. So when you are faced with the giants in your life, how do you handle it? Are you defeated? Do you feel defeated before you even start, before you even go into the battle? Do you refuse to go into the battle? Or is your perspective focused on God, recognizing that God goes with you, that God will fight the battle for you, that it's already won? Do you not understand that? Your perspective is important. Remember to look at things through eternal lenses. Look at things through eternal lenses, and that is going to help your perspective. In 1 Corinthians 13:12, it says, for now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. So right now, as we see things, if we don't see them through the lenses of eternal, let me rephrase that. If we don't see things as God sees things, right, then what we see is distorted and our perspective will be off. We have to always remember that God has called us to walk by faith, not by sight. So when we think about the 12 spies, 10 of them walked by sight. They saw giants, and so they did not want to go into the land. But 2 spies, Joshua and Caleb, walked by faith. They knew that God would help them conquer the land. What about you? How are you walking? Are you walking by faith or walking by sight? Answer that question, and it will determine whether your perspective is correct or not. Have a blessed day.